venerable stadium was erected in the Pennsylvania Hills. It has been the home to toughness, to passion, to winning. Welcome to Happy Valley and Beaver Stadium, home to the Penn State Nittany Lions. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Nittany Lions will get us started with the opening kickoff. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So the Michigan Wolverines offense is on the field for the first time today. And here's the man they want to get the ball to in this passing game. This is the type of receiver, David, when he's covered, he's still open.
He's still putting that hand up in the air. Coach, I'm still open. And more importantly, his quarterback knows that. They're going to move him all over the field. They're going to feature him on offense. They're going to make sure he gets a lot of touches, whether he's open or whether he's open, because he's always open.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup.
Cut my angle off. 99 speed.
Defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy. Make sure he knows where he is at all times.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he's hard to bring down.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Defense is about firing off, getting the offensive guys and staying in their gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You can tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
A little screen to the running back. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
And had they not picked up that first down, it would have been decision time for the head coach, right? You're kind of in no man's land on the fridge. Are you trying a long field goal? Are you going for it on 4th down? But because of the execution there and the nice throw, let's keep this drive going. Let's see if we can get 6.
He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
A first down run in the red zone. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Running play to the left.
Ooh, good play.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are...
Touchdown, Michigan! And they break the seal on the scoring.
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculate it down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on third down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup. Accurate throw, and they get paid.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So the Penn State Nittany Lions offense will have its first possession of the game. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more human and not as much of a game breaker at the quarterback spot. Get some pressure on him, hit him a few times.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he can't hurt you if he's laying on his back, and this defensive end can put him there often.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Wants to fire on second down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on second down, and now put him in a third and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Trying to get to it. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Man, this home crowd was so jacked up, so excited to finally get the football after giving up points on the first drive and having to be quiet. Now they're quiet again. How about the defense coming in here, shutting this crowd up early and doing their job?
And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
Oh.
And the ball is picked off.
I saw that.
He'll try to take it back. Oh, he gave him the limp leg. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows.
So
Great
stupid.
job by the DB, making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Here's the handoff.
Oh, they held me.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. The Nittany Lions trying to cash it in on first and goal. Looking to throw. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down come. Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State!
Well, he gave them that one.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got run hitters. They scored fast. They don't need 10 plays.
I read my field, just forcing it.
They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a top-5 battle with enormous ramifications all across football. Here's the latest. Auburn is ahead early in Jordan Hare, but that's not exactly Bo Jackson out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by a field goal over Kentucky. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this top 5 clash of the Titans, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The give to the tailback. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. Second and 10, really hard. Third and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Man. I got time to figure
They'll
that
run
out.
it to the right. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Line gets set, first down. It's been punch, counter punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. He'll start the drive here with first down to open this period.
That's still going to be a damn loss.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires on the move. Got him downfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerber or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has...
Fires toward the end zone. And it's
Let's go, Key.
Touchdown, Wolverine.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed.
And that's a live ball. Oh, the offensive verts absolute disaster by falling on that fumble.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it, slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Give to the running back.
How they gonna make me miss my pick? Pick the ball up. Let's go.
Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
And he did everything right except hold on to the football. That was
Two big
incredible
hits.
running, making people miss. It looked like it was going to be a nice play, but he coughed it up, and the defense jumps on it. That is so dejecting for that running back.
Got his man downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Wolverines in the hurry-up.
Where's my quarterback? How they go audible to it? Man, they full crap.
They'll run it to the right side. And he's
Let's go,
able to
Kager.
shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
How he already almost hurt?
It's about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground.
Let's go, Addison.
They'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Ooh, damn. That's my fault.
Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. First down here for the offense. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Off off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout.
Oh, he was wide open.
In there. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical downs.
They keep making me avoid the big hit.
Throughout the rest of this game.
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped a really big play. And the Nittany Lions are rolling down the field. The give to the back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. Finds his big tight end. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
And they got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move.
Ooh, that was almost a pick.
And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And he moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to slam it. A run up the middle is stopped for no gain.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They want to power it in on the ground on 3rd and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Paul.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
It is good. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. He'll off one deep on the left side. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the big fella. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
This is exactly why 3rd down is practiced every single day. 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far on 3rd down.
They're working that left side.
Saw the blitz. Hit the hot.
He has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many 1st downs?
Oh, this is open.
I know you love playing on teams' great offenses.
Wide receiver now comes in motion.
Oh, man. It's open.
assault continues.
Damn! Them in the fight?
For the big play.
In the last couple weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
At the 20, he's got space. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Wolverines
At
come
least
to the
7
line
8
with
yard
set
runs.
downs. They'll keep it on the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back cat-like quickness?
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On 2nd down, looking again to throw.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, he's going backwards, in trouble, and down
I hit the button.
goes. A tremendous loss.
Yeah.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half.
Mm.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Coming after him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They'll send out the kicker here. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. Oh, the attempt is no good. After the miss, the lead still at 11. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think
Dang
this is a
it, man.
offense that they can prove. Like, we're here. We're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Quickly out to the tight end. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And he'll try to bang this one through from 52 yards out and the left hash. The field goal is no good. My goodness, you need those field goals, guys, to cut into that deficit. We're still at 11. One more snap coming before halftime. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Defense was swarming around this quarterback, and he never had a chance to get it off. And down he goes, and we will head to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best atmospheres in football, and we've got a fun one from Happy Valley.
The Wolverines will line up to kick off and start the second half. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Snags it at the 30.
I don't even know who that is. Gang?
And once he found open
That's a
space,
damn
he might
linebacker.
as well start playing.
He ain't supposed to be out there.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns.
No way a linebacker should be out.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Trying to get the 2. Here comes the heat, and down goes the quarterback, and they won't be able to get any closer with the 2-point try. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here come those maize and blue wings helmets on offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. They believe they can run right here. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. Quarterback now on the 1.
His circle was open. I forgot my play.
Wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And they get a sack there from the linebacker position. There you have it, the linebacker U. This is Penn State defense as we know it. LeVar Arrington, Micah Parsons, Navarro Bowman, Sean. Every year it seems like they're bumping another dude into the NFL, and this guy has a chance to be the next one.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. The sure hands, it's Alexander. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Leaves it with the back. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take it.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take
risks. It hurts again.
They're guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, they'll take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when you start getting those long yardage situations.
He has 89 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you've got to have bounce. You can't always throw for it on 3rd down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there. And they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. The run from the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Got him.
Quickly complete. Got a lot of running room. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack.
Defenses throughout the league study every third down situation. You've got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
The give to the back. Brought down after a 5-yard gain down to the 7.
I know the passing game sells, and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it would be very successful.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Leaves it with the running back. He steps and powers and works his way, and they finally get him down at the 2. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Line gets set, first down. The give out of the gun. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
The play-action fake. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield.
Turn around.
Right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
And that's the beauty of run and play action. Everybody sucks up, plays the run, and you get to slip that tight end down the field with a full head of steam and make a big play.
He wants to throw. Pulls it in.
Ooh,
And a
out there.
nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Let's not overcomplicate things. My guy is better than all of your guys. No matter how I give it to him, I'm going to keep feeding. That's over 150 yards now. What a day for this wide receiver.
They go to the ground. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. DB's locked up tight on the receiver. Grabbed behind the line. It's Spence. Got some room, headed to the goal line.
There's so much make-believe, man.
Touchdown, Penn State! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they need it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to get back in this ballgame.
PAT unit on the field. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, big update in a top 5 game today. Auburn is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. And if that quarterback can find a little magic a la Cam Newton, this might not be over just yet. They're trailing by just 4 to Kentucky. We'll circle back if anything changes in this contested top 5 matchup. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He's now over the century mark with 102 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D.
Dang it.
They'll immediately call timeout. This offense has a second down play. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Seizing that open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. First down to start the drive after the break. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. The sweet feet buy a little time. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, tip it out to the defense, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
On the move. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the blitz gets to him just like that. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with this.
Oh, my God. Oh,
and the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive.
Well, that's a huge kick right there, because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing in a big moment.
They'll be out of bounds.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David. Just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Working that left side now.
Man, that is how you bring the wood. Great job by the defense. He only gets a yard, and he makes him pay for it with a nice physical tackle.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
That pisses me
Line getting
off.
set on second down. He's looking to throw. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking deep. He's got an open man. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job.
Dude, that's 2 picks my front line should have had.
Hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Shoot.
He'll throw it down. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Nittany Lions have their offense in high gear.
I'll tell you what, coaches want you to do your best work late in the ball game. He did his best work. Great job taking off.
They made me miss my big hit again. I'm literally right on him.
Makes it explosive.
He just runs through him.
In a good situation.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
And it's right down the boulevard.
And look, obviously you would have loved to score a touchdown there, but you did the important thing. Kicked a field goal, you're now within 1 possession. Can your defense get you the football back, and can your offense drive the field and put it in the end zone? This is what you practice for. Let's see if they can go execute, fellas.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
Yeah, they got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a first down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Michigan. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the 4th. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing.
That's my fault. I took a horrible angle.
And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
Trying to find his man on first down. Pulls it in. It's Spence. Oh, they knock him free.
Well, they got a really nice this drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. They've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and goal. He wants to throw it again. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. He's looking to throw. It's complete on the right side.
Why is he diving away from the player?
2-yard line, just spectacular execution there. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Trying to run it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
Yeah, and that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
It's been the balls of college football all week, fellas, and it's finally here. An update on that top 5 battle. Auburn is in serious trouble right now. I hope that coach is renting and not buying there on the Plains, because that could be a bad investment. They're trailing by 18 to Kentucky. Much more on this top 5 matchup should anything change. Gentlemen?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Keeps looking downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the 4th quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra 1st downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the 1st down.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on 2nd down.
How do they keep pressing?
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a 1st down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. And the Wolverines will snap it on.
If you don't block him.
Little touch pass to the receiver. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Wolverines. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock. If you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, beat, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Boy, you can tell we've been gone.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds. First down here for the offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He wants a big.
There's just no way he's wide. Man, that's the computer, dude.
Sensational grab down the field there.
I got cover 4.
Positive spin on the end of this game.
And listen, still a ways to go. A great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and give me the rock back.
Just over 30 seconds to play. They'll line up for the
Exactly
onside
right.
kick, and they've got to get it to have a shot. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt.
Going to throw it over the top of the deep. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. The Wolverines racing to the line in a hurry up.
I better stay back.
Trying play action. Forced out of the pocket. Slings it downfield. He's got him wide open. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Huge play.
He fights. It's a touchdown.
Red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Takes a hit as he fires. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And down he goes. Not sure about putting your quarterback in harm's way.
I don't know why I did that. Whatever.
Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of...
We'll be back next week.